Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this edition of our Employer Highlight Series. I'm Brett Philipbaum, the Community Talent Acquisition Specialist at the Workforce Development Board of Central Ohio. Our special guest that we have with us today is Jennifer Thomas with ABB Inc. So, Jennifer, if you could please just tell us a little bit about ABB Inc. and where you're located.
Sure. Well, thanks so much for having me today. I appreciate you taking the time. And ABB is actually a global technology company. So we have probably over 100,000 employees in 100 different countries around the globe. And then to actually bring that a little closer to home for us, I would say we have an office in the Cleveland area. And then we also have an office here in Westerville, so a very conveniently located suburb to Central Ohio. And one of the things that we do for the division that I support is we are the process automation, process industries division. So typically the industries that we support include pulp and paper, also food and beverage, data centers, metals, mining, and cement. So we're kind of pretty varied in the industries that we support.
Yes, definitely. Awesome. So I know we brought you here today to kind of highlight, not just ABB Inc., but also some opportunities that you have available right now. So if you could just kind of tell us, what positions do you frequently recruit for?
Yeah, so we are always looking for engineers. So all different types of engineers that we're looking for, particularly field service engineers. So anyone that's got some relevant military experience, we love that. Sometimes it'll be with an associate's degree, sometimes with a bachelor's degree, but that's a lot of times what we're looking for. And our field engineers can be based anywhere across the U.S.
Okay, awesome. So you do offer remote positions then, I
We
take
do.
it, right?
We do. So typically, if we have a customer in that city and state, then we'll put a field service engineer there to support that customer.
Okay, great. And when I'm thinking about, the remote positions, one of the questions I'm getting a lot these days, because a lot of people are looking for those remote positions, is do you provide the equipment for those individuals, for those employees that are working remote?
We do actually. We were an essential industry. So even during the pandemic, we were functioning the entire time, and we just sent everyone home with their laptop and just kind of continued operations, business as usual.
Awesome. Good. So tell us a little bit about the hiring process. What is your pre-employment screening process? What's that look like?
Yeah, so once you've applied online, if we're interested in your resume, you'll be contacted by one of our talent acquisition team members. And they're great because then they kind of serve as that point person for you sort of throughout the entire recruitment process. Sometimes they'll give you a call and do a phone screen with you first. Then they'll maybe set you up with a phone interview with the hiring manager. From there, then maybe it's an in-person with the hiring manager. Even a panel interview might be part of the process. And for some of those field positions, you may even meet our customer as part of the interview process. So you're going to be looking for a series of steps to happen before a verbal offer would come your way.
Awesome. Good. And so when that you talked about that individual would have that constant communication once they apply, what does it take? What do you guys look for in a new employee? How do they get that first initial phone call?
So I'm always looking when I interview someone for that energy and that passion for whatever it is they do, whatever type of role they're applying for. But obviously looking for some solid, relevant experience on the resume. And I'm always looking for intelligence when I interview someone. And I think you definitely would not be a fit with ABB if you didn't have integrity and a good work ethic, that you can demonstrate that during an interview.
Awesome. Yeah. So does your company offer any learning and development opportunities?
We do. So we have a great tuition reimbursement program. So for people that need to go outside and get some courses, we have that available. In-house, we have what we call My Learning, and that's our in-house learning management system that we use, where you can enroll in classes that are on demand or live virtual. In the past, we did more with the in-person as well. Some of the classes that we've been offering lately that are sort of the hot classes are change management. We're doing a really fun resilience training right now with our employees because it's been a year, as everyone knows. We also continuously offer management courses. And right now we also have an interrupting unconscious bias course that we're offering. And truly, this is part of our diversity and inclusion goals and initiatives.
No, that's definitely a great piece. I know a lot of companies that I've talked with are definitely going that route, which is really good. So, with that being said, I mean, that sounds like a lot of opportunity for your employees to either upskill or whatnot. So, do you offer opportunities for advancement when they, say they take classes through your company or even outside of the company?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people come in, with a bachelor's degree and know right then and there they want to head for a management position, but not everyone. So we do have kind of that combination of if you need something through tuition reimbursement, it's available. If you need some in-house courses, those are available. It can kind of all feed into your development plan to kind of get you to ultimately what position you want to be in. And I also see just a lot of internal mobility at ABB. People jump because we have a lot of other divisions as well within ABB and people jump around from those. And also, like, I just had someone who was a field engineer that just decided to go into radiological because he had that background from his military experience. And then I had a project manager that decided he wanted to go be a field engineer. So there's just a lot of movement in general.
That's awesome. So it seems to be a lot of flexibility that you offer your employees there as well.
We do. We
Cool.
have a lot of flexibility that we offer, which I love.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, that sounds good. Now, for anybody that is watching us live here, you definitely you have an opportunity to throw in the chat if you have any questions. You can go ahead and do so. We can ask those questions here live. So, the next question that I would have for you, Jennifer, is if you could just kind of describe the company's culture.
So I think I would describe our culture as open because we really have that. We follow that. If you see something, say something. And I definitely think we have that comfort level that most of our employees are very comfortable going to their manager with any kind of a concern they have, and they know it'll be dealt with appropriately. So I think we have that open culture. And I also think we just have that culture of brainstorming. So, the only stupid idea is the one that you don't say and the one that you don't put out on the table. So we really have that sort of collaborative, feel in our company too.
Awesome. Good. So, Jennifer, what is your favorite thing about working with ABB Inc?
So I've been here almost 2 years now, and it has to be the people. I mean, I think in any job, the people that you work with that's your day in, that's your day out experience, and that will make or break, your job experience. So you have to love the people that you work with. So I think that's definitely my number one. I think as an HR person, I love to brag that ABB, I feel has this amazing benefits package that we offer our employees, and I always feel like that's an easy sell for me to talk about how great our benefits are. I think for me personally, I love the flexibility that we offer. I think that's really important that not everybody comes to an office anymore, and not everybody is 8 to 5. But somehow we make it all work and get it all done. So I think that's really important. And I think one of the things that really surprised me when I came to the company is that people here stay like 40 years. I, I had never worked for a company before where people stayed that long. And I think that says just a huge amount about the reputation of ABB, because I've never experienced such a thing. People have been working there since I was practically born. And I think that is amazing to me.
No, that
That is
says a lot.
awesome.
No, that does. That says a lot, because that's one of the biggest things in recruiting today is also retention. And so to have that retention there is excellent. And something else that you mentioned there was, you talked about the people, the people that you work with. It really does make a difference. I mean, you think about it, when you're going to work, you're almost with those individuals more than you are your actual family. So, just enjoying working with those individuals and kind of making them your family, it does make a difference in the workplace. So that's awesome. It's great that you say that.
Yeah.
Cool. So if anybody is interested to apply with any of the positions that you spoke about, how would they do so?
Yeah, so you can just check out our open positions anytime on our website at abb.com/careers. And you can see whatever we have posted at the time.
Awesome. Good deal. So that concludes this edition of the Employer Highlights today. So our next Employer Highlight will be on June 17th of 2021 at 9 a.m. If you guys could please join that session, that would be awesome. Jennifer, I thank you so much for your time and answering our questions this morning. I appreciate it. And everybody, you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.